Yes, you have read that title right. I originally planned on being off Instagram for the months of November and December because, of course, it's really busy months for the holidays, and I really just wanted to be focused and intentional and be present with my family during that time. I knew that my main purpose for being off Instagram was, first, wanted to see what my life would be like without it, and second, what was my purpose for being on Instagram anyway? Hey there, welcome to Joyful Noise Learning. This is part 2. If you missed my first video where I talked about leaving Instagram and the 6 things that happened when I left Instagram for about 6 months, you're going to want to go watch that video first. In that video, I explained the things that happened, how it affected me, and the things I noticed about myself and about what was going well and what was going better since I left Instagram. In this video, I am going to share with you the resources that helped me with this transition and trying to use my phone less. So thank you so much for joining me for this video. Let's get into it. The thing I'm still thinking of is, what are my purposes for being on Instagram? And so far, I haven't really found any because, from a business standpoint and from followers standpoint, YouTube is the content that I enjoy making that benefits me and my family as well. And email is where I'm also out at. And I feel like I can write things and send things and share things with people over emails. But Instagram, I haven't figured out why my purposes would be. Because the relationships on Instagram that I was apparently making or kind of making, I can help people, but they're a little bit surfacey. We can't really get too deep and meaningful in Instagram space. And I don't really use Instagram for deep, meaningful relationships. I have deep, meaningful relationships elsewhere, mostly in real life. I want to encourage you, if you are looking for intentional and deep and meaningful relationships, then I would love for you to head over to Made to Homeschool. We have created a community for homeschool moms, homeschool families. We can take dads too. There's one dad over there now. He would love more dads there. It's a community that we've built for a place that's safe and a place that's specific for homeschool moms, where we can ask deep questions, share posts, we can share pictures, photos, and ask specific questions about homeschooling. But the other thing that's great about this Made to Homeschool community is there are live meetups. And you don't get together just with the creator, like with me or with the other homeschool content creators out there. You can connect with all the homeschool moms who are involved in this community. And we get together on live calls and we do workshops. We get to talk about specific topics that we are struggling with or need encouragement in. And you can ask your questions directly and do like a nearly face-to-face talk with us, and all the mentors in the group, and with myself and with these other women that join. So that's not really something you can get on Instagram. We're in a tight community here. So we would love for you to join me over that community. I will put a link for this in the description as well if you would love to check out Made to Homeschool. We have 3-tier options right now. If you want to do basic, it's super affordable, guys. Oh, also, if you're not sure yet, there is a 10-day free trial. So, no pressure there. Just join for 10 days. Come to a live workshop, come and check us out, check out the circles, and just see us over at Made to Homeschool. So that's something I wanted to share with you, something that I am spending some time on instead of Instagram. So that is what happened when I got off Instagram, and that is my main part of my story. But so maybe you're wondering why I was so crazy to do this and you can't think of how I can live off of Instagram, or maybe you've been feeling that little tug that maybe you could be cutting out some social media a little bit more. I'm going to share with you either books and videos that I have watched and read and I listened to, and I highly recommend these. I will link these below in the description so you can check them out, because were just incredible. So good, so good. So this is just the tip of the iceberg, y'all. So the book that I recommend, I read a few, but the book I definitely recommend is Digital Minimalism by Cal Newport. And I read another book by him. What was it called? Deep Work. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. I haven't read that one. Well, okay, I can't find the other book that I read by him. I feel like I read something else, but either way, he wrote Digital Minimalism. So originally, after reading this book, I was planning to detox from all social media and all all extra unnecessary, that's the word. Okay, I was trying to detox from all unnecessary digital usages and apps. So for example, Facebook, YouTube, email only at certain times, Marco Polo. I chose not to get on these for 30 days. It was like a 30-day detox from any of these apps. Eventually, I decided to keep YouTube. I tried not to watch it on my phone and just only watch it on computer, but that still doesn't always happen. And I have a little bit of Facebook back. But the biggest takeaway from digital minimalism is to evaluate every digital thing that you use, whether it's social media or even like a productivity app or something like that. So you have to ask yourself, what is the purpose for this for me? Why am I using it? Am I really better with it, or can I do without it? See, these are all the questions I was asking about Instagram. Also, I loved this. This just helps so much. What are my values? Like, what are my values for my life? Not just for my phone usage or social media usage, but what is my values for my life? For example, do I value relationships? Do I value deep relationships? Or do I love, lots of surfacey relationships? Like, what is that? But does this digital thing benefit me and support my values? Or does it hinder my values? And that was so good, guys. That was just the thing that really got me thinking very seriously about getting off Instagram. The other takeaway from this book was the making space for quiet and solitude. And like I said, if you're constantly consuming, you don't have time for space for quiet and thinking. And I have not always been so good at this, probably my entire life. But this hit me hard because, even as a child, I was constantly watching television or listening to CDs and things like that. But I knew I needed to start practicing this and making time and space for shutting things down and being off the internet, basically being off my earbuds, all those things. And really interesting, like, just again, go and read this book. But I loved how he said the great thinkers and authors or inventors of over the centuries, they made time for thinking. They read some really deep, good books. They read other people. And once they were done reading, they would put the book down and then go take walks in the woods and think about what they read. So how often do we ever stop and think after we have consumed something? Like, that really got me thinking, because, we can do video after video or reel after reel and never actually stop and think what we just heard and the ideas that we just listened to and was put in our minds. The great authors and thinkers and inventors, of the past were not constantly shoving screens in their faces and mindlessly consuming content. And they had intentionality about what they consumed. And, not that I'm like trying to compare myself and become the next greatest inventor or whatever, but if I am trying to produce content, I need to have time and space to think about the things that I'm consuming so that I can be producing something good and of good high quality. Actually, also this digital minimalism, the book almost made me get rid of my smartphone completely and get a Dumbphone, is what they call it, or just a regular phone. For me though, I feel like I need the maps because I live in an area where there's just new places everywhere and I get lost really easily, so I really can't do without the maps. Like, if I could have a Dumbphone, or maybe I just get a GPS for my car and then have my Dumbphone, and I don't know. That was just a thought, so I don't know. Anyway, there's that. In the description below, you're going to find a list of the articles and the podcasts and some of the videos that I watched that really encouraged me to cut back on my phone usage and get off Instagram. The main people with this was Tsh Oxenreider. She interviewed the gal from The Commonplace. Oh my gosh, she is so great. She has a huge series on how to have a dumb phone, or how she went back to the dumb phone. I also loved what Misty Winkler shared about why she quit Instagram. And she has a few videos on her channel of what you might enjoy watching. So I'm going to link all those in the description. I'm not going to talk about all of them right here, but you'll want to go watch those after this one. Okay, and finally, the big question is, or one of the big questions. We got like two big questions here, so hang with me. Will I go back? So back to, will I go back to Instagram? Something I did notice that I did kind of benefit from Instagram from as I was evaluating, I do get a little bit of inspiration. I do get some encouragement, yes. I do watch funny videos. They make me laugh and they make me smile, yes. But that benefit was completely trumped by the temptations that I have toward the envy and the discontentment and just the distraction, So that is where I'm really struggling to still find a reason of getting on Instagram. But I did think I found maybe one reason I can go back. If you want to join me on this, I want to post one picture a day of something that I'm grateful for and or thankful for, and share this on my Instagram channel and make it like my gratitude visual journal, like my gratitude photo journal. So that's what I was thinking that I could use Instagram for, and it would be a good place if people are on it and still wanting to see my content. I can share when I have a video that is ready to go, or a new product or a new resource or something. That is my thinking. That's my thinking. But we'll see. I still haven't landed on that for sure. But I'm excited because I think that's a good reason to share gratitude, and it'll help me turn my thoughts and actions and attitude towards gratitude and being thankful. So yes. So finally, the last question is, has it been worth it? Has it been worth it to delete Instagram and stay off Instagram? And like I said, I gotta go back to this story. I originally planned on November and December was my goal. I needed to kind of reset myself because November, there's Thanksgiving and getting ready for Christmas, and December is Christmas. And with my family, with my husband's work as the worship leader at our church, those are just really busy months. And I needed to cut out something that was taking space. And I got off a lot of social media during November, December as well, and did my digital detox then. But then when it came to January, I was like, all right, can we come back? I'm not so sure. I'm not quite ready to come back in January. So then I just left it off and was like, you know what? I think I even went on and checked some messages. I'm sorry if you've messaged me on Instagram and I didn't respond. I just haven't been checking it. I'm sorry. So now I've been off since it was like November 1st, I think was my last post. After getting off and having this time away from it, I realized I had to retrain my brain towards gratitude. I didn't realize how much complaining I'd been doing. And not just out loud, yes, I'm sure I was complaining out loud to my family. I tried not to, but maybe not even out loud all the time. It was internally as well. And that internal discontentment and ungratefulness was affecting my attitude. And my heart had become hard towards the things that I really can be thankful for in my life, because I was having a terrible attitude and I wasn't seeing what I really have that I need to be grateful for. And I'm still working on this. As you can see, I have my content bracelet there, just a reminder to be content. And so how I've been working on that is I've been changing my mindset. When I have a temptation to be ungrateful for something, something my kid does or the size of my house or whatever, I immediately stop that thought and I try to reframe it to, you know what, I'm thankful that we have clothes that I can wash and do laundry for. I am thankful that my kids are able to go to piano lessons. When I want to complain about how much time it takes to drive my kids to an activity, I can turn my thoughts towards, I am thankful my kids have the opportunity to do piano lessons or go to ninja core class. I can retrain my brain and be grateful instead. And seeing my own kids in front of me and being grateful for them, instead of wishing I had someone else's kids. Yes, it's been definitely worth it. A big yes, it's been worth it to just be off Instagram. So what do you think? Have you successfully gotten off of Instagram or tried getting off some other social media? What do you think? I would love to chat about it in the comments, or maybe you've been trying to think about doing something similar to this. What have you been thinking? Please share with me your thoughts and let's chat about it in the comments below. So who am I and why should you care? Well, welcome to Joyful Noise Learning. Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm a former English teacher and current homeschooling mom to 3 kids since 2013. My mission here is to encourage you to grow your homeschool according to your child's needs and to help you find joy in your family and honor Jesus. Here we like to talk about Charlotte Mason-inspired homeschool, biblically based curriculum, and help for the scattered and easily distracted homeschool mom. If you are new here, I would love for you to consider subscribing. And before you go, you might like this video and go find your joy in your family and in Jesus. I'll see you in the next one.